Hey friends, so it's Coach K here with you again with our lesson for this week. So this week our older grades are starting to get into one of my favorite units to teach, and it is called floor hockey. So we are going to be learning a couple of different skills. We're going to start out by learning a little bit about it and a few basic things you need to know before we get into the more advanced stuff. So today is our first hockey lesson. We're going to start out on this level before we move on up. So please, please, please make sure you give me your eyes and you give me your ears and you listen for the directions so you know exactly what to do. Okay? So obviously here at school, I have all the equipment that I need, right? So I have a hockey stick that I can use. But I know that all of you do not have hockey sticks, so you may use a broomstick, okay? Any kind of broomstick you have at your house will work, okay? So these are the things that you're going to need. If you don't have a hockey stick, go find yourself a broomstick. If you don't have a small ball that you can use as a hockey ball, you can always use our handy-dandy pair of socks that we have used so many times so far this school year. So let me show you how I roll up my socks, because I had someone ask me earlier today about it, and I showed it to her. So let me show you guys. So I take one sock, okay? Let me move this down. I take one sock and I roll it all the way up, just like this. Once I finish rolling, once I finish rolling this sock up, I'm going to get my other sock and I'm going to hold it by the toe part, okay? I'm going to put the rolled up sock right here where the toe is, and then I'm going to roll it all together just like this. You see what I'm doing? Roll it all together into one big sock. Once you've rolled them together, you see the top or the edge or the end, whatever you want to call it, the ankle part of the sock right here. You're going to put your fingers inside of it, grab it, and pull it around to make one big ball, okay? So that's how I make my sock ball. So you need a small ball or a pair of socks. Either one will work. You also need, well, maybe not today, but in the future, we're going to need a cone. And if you don't have a cone, plastic bottles will work. Plastic cups will work, soap bottles, shampoo bottles, anything that doesn't break and doesn't make a mess, okay? And as always, our number one rule when we're finding things around the house to use for class, our number one rule is to always, always ask our grown-ups first, okay? So always go and ask your grown-ups if you can use these things and if they can help you find them, okay? So those are the things we're gonna use for class, and we're gonna start out learning a little bit about how to hold our hockey sticks. So a lot of you might not know a whole lot about hockey because it's not a very popular sport down here in South Carolina, right? We don't have a whole lot of ice or snow or anything like that that, you know, makes us really know what hockey is. But it is a sport, and it's very, very popular in other states and other parts of the country that have lots of snow. We also have, I'm sorry, I keep something, anyway. We also do have a hockey team that is located in Charleston, which is just an hour away. You guys know this. We have a hockey team in Charleston that plays, and they're called the Stingrays. So I love going to their games. They're pretty cool. They play in the big Coliseum that's in Charleston. And there's an ice rink that they stay on and play. So we have ice hockey, but there's also another version of hockey that we can play here anytime, and it's called floor hockey. So if you guys were all here with me in the gym, we would be using this big floor to play floor hockey, right? We can play it inside. You can also play it outside for PE. So, but the only difference is you use a ball instead of a puck. So for ice hockey, you use a puck. For floor hockey, we use a ball. And that's the version of hockey that we're going to be learning about this week, okay? So floor hockey is what we're going to hit on. I have my hockey stick, or my broomstick, whichever one you prefer. Okay, let me fix my camera so y'all can see. All right, so we need to understand how to hold our hockey stick, right? Because we can't be going around like this with chicken wings. Chicken wings are a no-no. We don't want to have chicken wings when we're using our hockey stick, okay? So if you are holding your hockey stick and you have chicken wings, you might let's rethink it, okay? So we don't want chicken wings. When we hold our hockey stick, we call it the handshake grip, because it's like you're gonna give the hockey stick a handshake. So I'm gonna put the stick in my hand, and I'm gonna hold my hand out first, like I'm gonna give someone a handshake, okay? So like I'm gonna give someone a handshake, and I'm gonna hold the stick, and I'm gonna handshake the stick, just like that, okay? Do you see how my thumb is on the front right here? And my fingers are wrapped around the back, okay? So my thumb is on the front, my fingers are wrapped around the back, just like this. My arm is straight down, all right? It's not up in the air. I'm not holding it like this. I'm doing my handshake grip, and I'm gonna put my hand about halfway down the stick, okay? I'm not gonna hold it way up here, because if you hold it at the top, look what happens, okay? And you don't want your stick to be way out here. And if you hold your hand way down here, does this look comfortable? No, it doesn't feel very comfortable either. So you want to put your hand just about in the middle. Now, I am right-handed, okay? So I'm going to be putting my right hand down here on the bottom, and then my left hand on the top, okay? So my right hand is all the way down. My left hand is up here at the top. If you are left-handed, listen to me. If you're left-handed, you're going to put your left hand on the bottom, and your right hand is going to be at the top, okay? So you put one hand on the bottom to help you control the stick, and you just put your other one at the top to kind of keep it where it needs to be. So both hands need to be on the stick, okay? Both hands. I'm right-handed, so my right hand goes to the bottom. A couple of safety rules you need to follow. Just like I'm going to tell everyone when we meet in Google, we're going to treat this just like you guys are here in the gym with me, okay? We need to make sure we're going to be safe around each other. So, the bottom part of the hockey stick, called the blade, okay? This part, or the broom, so if you're using a broom, this part of your broom never needs to go up in the air, okay? We don't want to see any of this going on, all right? You are probably in a house somewhere, and we definitely don't want you knocking a TV down or hitting something and breaking it, okay? So always make sure the blade of your hockey stick stays down on the floor just like this. It never comes up above your head. We're not swinging it around. It's staying down, okay? That's our #1 rule, is keeping that blade down, okay? You also need to make sure you have enough space to be able to move your stick back and forth like this. Okay, you want a little bit of space that you can move around in that is safe for you, all right? So, we know how to hold our hockey stick now, right? We have our handshake grip just like this. I'm right-handed, so my right hand goes on the bottom, left hand on the top. Next thing we're gonna do is bend our knees a little bit, okay? You want to bend your knees. Don't do it with your legs straight up, because it helps you get closer to the ball when we get the ball in a second, okay? When your knees are bent, you can hold that stick closer into you, and you can control the ball better, okay? And you can also move quicker when your knees are bent, right? We talked about that before. So always keep your knees bent. So I have my stick down, I have my handshake grip, and my knees are bent, and I'm ready to go, okay? So now I'm gonna get my ball, my sock ball right here. I'm going to put it down on the floor. Hang on. Let me adjust. There we go. Put my ball down on the floor. And I'm going to practice dribbling my ball with my hockey stick. So just like in other sports that have dribbling, so you have basketball, soccer, all of those things, it's important to be able to move around with the ball and keep it in control, okay? That's not working. Let me readjust the camera. Sorry. It's important to learn how to keep control of your ball while you're moving around. okay? And in other sports, we talked about dribbling and why it's important to keep it close and in control. We know that if the ball gets out of control and starts getting away from us, it's so easy for the other team to come in and take it away from you, okay? Or it could go out of bounds or whatever else. So learning how to keep it close and in control is very, very important, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna put my ball down in front of me, handshake grip, knees are bent, and I'm just gonna push it back and forth. I'm not gonna hit it very hard, okay? Because I don't want it to go way over there, and I don't want it to go way over there. I want to keep it right here close in front of me. So I'm going to use my blade. Remember the blade? I'm going to use the two sides of my blade to push it back and forth. I'm going to push, 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 just like this. Okay? And I'm going to keep doing this for a few minutes just to kind of make sure I have the feel of dribbling the hockey ball. Okay? Back and forth, back and forth. It's not getting away from me. It's staying fairly close. Okay? I don't have any chicken wings going on. I'm learning how to keep it close and in control. Okay? Just like this. My knees are bent. Just like that. Super easy. Now let me do it slow for you. Okay? So you're going to push, and then go to the other side and push it back. Let me back up some so I make sure y'all see me. There we go. Push it slowly, and then push it back this way, then push it back this way. And you just go back and forth, just like this, okay? When you feel comfortable doing it in one place, you can start moving around with it. Now remember, keep the knees bent, okay? And you still want to keep it close to your body. You don't want to look like this, going around chasing the ball, okay? You want to try your best to keep it close to you. Remember why we said we want to stay close, okay? So I'm going to start moving around a little bit. I'm going to practice keeping it close. I'm going to keep pushing side to side, just like we learned. Now notice, I'm not walking around doing this, okay? I'm not walking around doing this. I'm pushing back and forth, just like this, okay? So that's how we move around with our hockey ball, whatever you would like to call it. That's how we move around with our hockey ball. So let's review. First of all, you want to make sure you're safe. Okay, make sure you're in a safe area, that you're not too close to things that you shouldn't be too close to. And make sure that nothing is in your way that could trip you up or hurt you. We don't want you to get hurt. Number two, remember, I'm stepping on the ball. Remember, the bottom of your hockey stick always stays down, okay? Don't bring it up in the air. That's dangerous. It could hurt someone. So make sure you keep it down, okay? So our main safety rules, keep that blade down. Let's go over our grip. We have our handshake grip, right? So I'm right-handed, my right hand goes on the bottom. If you're left-handed, left hand goes on the bottom, okay? Handshake grip, okay? Just like this, thumb up, fingers out. You're gonna grab that hockey stick, put your thumb down, wrap your fingers around just like that, and there's your handshake grip. All right, no chicken wings, none of this, okay? Make sure that arm is straight down, and you've got good control of that stick. Screen, okay? So let me show you again. You got good control of that hockey stick. You have a good grip on it, okay? So we have our handshake grip just like this, and we have our knees bent, okay? Keep your knees bent, and then we're just gonna push side to side, just like this, okay? Super easy, not very hard at all. And it's pretty fun, especially if you have someone else that can do it with you. Maybe y'all can race each other to see who can get somewhere the quickest, or maybe you can, count to I don't know, 30 and see how many taps you can get. Okay, so if you said, okay, 1, 2, 3, go. You'll see how many taps you can get back and forth. Okay, there's lots of different activities you can do to practice your dribbling. Or if you just want to walk around slow and practice like that, that's fine too. Anything that helps you understand. Next week, we're going to learn about shooting our hockey ball and aiming, okay? That's where our cup is going to come in, our plastic bottle. We're going to be trying to knock our bottle down, okay? So we have to learn how to aim and how to shoot our hockey ball, and that is what we're doing next week. So please, please, please make sure you come back to class and you tune in to learn some more about hockey. As always, friends, I miss you so much. Last week and so far this week is just not the same, not being able to see all of your faces. So just understand, excuse me, I miss all of you, I love all of you, and I cannot wait to see you soon, okay? Bye, everyone.